Hey, it's been a long time since I've made a video. I think over 5 months to be exact. And honestly, I could have made a video at any point, but I just didn't really have that much to talk about. And I don't really post motherhood videos anymore, except on TikTok. I do post a few, like, day in my life, kind of, not really, but sort of. So if you ever want to see any of those, check out my TikTok. But I really just come on here for updates, but I think I'm going to definitely try to start posting more in here because my life is about to just take a huge 180 in a couple months. So I want to come on here and update y'all on what's been going on and where I am going in the future because I have a lot to say. So I'm going to get right into it. First of all, I want to tell you something that happened yesterday, and I still am trying to get over the fact that this happened because it does not feel real and it was extremely upsetting and it was my fault. So some of y'all know Shila. Well, not last night, but the night before, whenever you're seeing this video, it was a couple days ago. I had let her outside to go potty and it was really, really late. I was exhausted. I had been trying to take her out. And if you don't know, she's pretty old. She's almost 13 years old. She has a lot of different health problems. And I was a total idiot. And I let her out her back deck right here. And she was just standing there, and I was laying on the bed watching her, and I would check up every couple minutes, and she was just standing right there, but I knew she had to go potty, and eventually I thought she would just run out to the grass and go potty, and I fell asleep, okay? And I have never left Shila outside overnight or anything like that, because why would I? Like, I would never do that on purpose, but I fell asleep, and I woke up at 4 a.m. to the sound of thunder and lightning, and I freak out realizing that I left Shila outside, so I go running out the back deck and looking everywhere for her, and she is nowhere to be found. So I wake Johnny up, and it was like 4:30 in the morning at this point, and I start texting my mom, his mom, and we're looking, and it starts hailing, okay? And they said that it was the worst hailstorm we have had in this area in years. And I mean, the hail was huge. It caused dents to our cars. It was awful. And Shila was nowhere to be found. So from like 4:30 all the way till around 11 something, we were looking for her, panicking because she's old. She has health issues. She's terrified of thunder and lightning, and then hail could really have hurt her. And so we were all just searching. I was here with Savannah, and it was still dark out. Like, it was literally from like 4:30 to 8 where it was just pretty damn dark out, and it was foggy. It was horrible, and they were walking all on foot looking for her because we're really close to a golf course, and she does go up there sometimes, like, just to walk around. Nowhere to be found, okay? So this went on for hours. My mom came, his mom was here, all looking for her, and then Johnny and I decided to go, it was his idea actually, to go drive one more time, and this time just kind of go in a different direction than what we thought she would be at. And I had posted everywhere, by the way, and no one had seen her. And I was panicking because, like I said, she is old. She's terrified of storms. I was praying someone had found her, and I posted her on this stupid website called Paw Boost. And some idiot responded to me saying they had my dog. Turned out to be a scam, so I was super angry about that. Anyways, we were driving past 7-Eleven, and there's a big field. And we were on our way home. We pretty much given up at that moment because we're like, hopefully someone just has her, you know. And Johnny pulls over and he says he thought he saw her in this field. And I didn't see her. And he runs out of the car, races over, and he picks her up. She is laying in this field in like cold water. She is totally soaked, terrified. She couldn't walk. Oh my God, it was a complete nightmare. She had a cactus thorn in her paw. And this was about 0.7 miles away from our house. I can't even believe she made it that far in her old age, but somehow she did. And she was outside during that weather. Like, it was just insane. I really don't know how she's alive. It is a huge miracle, honestly, because she could have been hit by a car. She had to cross a really busy highway, street, whatever, to get to the other side, and then somehow go all the way down 0.7 miles away, and was laying in a field and couldn't move at all. She just was filthy, and she ripped her nail off. I mean, she was a whole mess. I felt so awful for her. And she's been getting around okay now. Like, we are so lucky we found her and that he saw her, or we would have just driven right past her and had no idea that she was there because we didn't even think that she would be over in that area because it was just quite far away, and she doesn't go far, you know. She has a hard time walking as it is. And so, you know, we gave her lots of love. We set up this playpen here for her to sleep in and lay in, and gave her a Benadryl to calm her down because she was really just, you could just tell she was terrified. Like, that traumatized her so bad. And so she is doing so much better. It's only been a day since we found her, and she is Oh, I'm so glad. I gave her a bath last night and she just barked and cried in the bath, and she was just terrified of the water, and her nail, like I said, was ripped off, and so that obviously hurt. I put medicine on it, and I'm going to put more on it in a little bit here and just keep taking care of her. But she's been walking a lot better now, not limping, because she was limping really bad. We thought she had somehow broken her paw, but I think it was just all the terrible stickers and the cactus thorn, and found so many huge stickers on her. I found even more when I gave her a bath. It was just like huge stickers, like really big everywhere. And so she had shit still on her butt. Like it was stuck to her when Johnny got her. It was very disgusting and I felt so awful. And I just made an awful, stupid decision to leave her out. But it was an accident, but I felt so terrible. And if we had not found her, I would have lived with that regret forever. And just never have known what happened to her would have been the worst thing in the entire world. I've had her since I was 12, if you didn't know. So she's really grown up with me into like my teenage years and adulthood. And she's just a really great dog. So, you know, she just has a lot of problems, and it's sad and it is frustrating at times because it's really difficult, I feel, to care for a dog when they're really old and can't move around a lot. So she is a serious trooper. I can't believe she survived it. I cannot believe it. I'm so thankful, and I just hope she heals really well. And she's laying out there right now. She loves to lay on the hardwood floor. It's really strange, but she's okay. So I really can't believe it. I felt like it was all a nightmare, and then I was going to wake up and then we never had found her. So I'm grateful I woke up and she was still here and it all had happened. So thank goodness. Yeah, that was traumatic for all of us. Moving on, I'm going to talk about a couple other pretty important things, I feel, that I've definitely not talked about on here. I decided back in September that I wanted to go back to school. It was a very random decision. I saw something on TikTok that interested me so much, and I was like, you know what? I really think I would like to be a nurse. And I know a lot of people have different opinions on that. You know, nurses don't have it easy. I think it can be a very terrible job at times, I'm sure, and stressful. But it's just, I really want to be a labor and delivery nurse. So that's kind of my goal. I'm in classes right now. I need to finish my prereqs. I had gone to college like 6 or 7 years ago, I think. And so I got about 20 something credits that transferred, and they were credits that I would need for this. Thank goodness, because I'm taking the health and science, like I need those prereqs, and then hopefully be able to get into nursing school. So I'm doing that. It's all online so far, which is great because I do not live anywhere near the local community college, which I'm taking the classes through. But eventually I will have to probably go in person because there's a lot of different classes that have labs and stuff. I'm just not in those yet. And then when I'm in the nursing program, I'm sure I'm going to be doing a ton of driving out for classes. I'm not really sure. I'm not going to stress about it yet at the moment, but I know it will happen eventually, and it's going to be super stressful. So right now I'm taking statistics. I'm taking like a learning framework class. It was a requirement, and I didn't want to do a lecture class. So this was another option, and it's super easy, thankfully. And then I'm taking an English class that I needed, and then I will be taking a Texas government, which honestly I'm not too excited about. And that one starts in a few weeks. It's a shorter version of the class. It's only 8 weeks long. These other 3 are 16 weeks. So they'll all be taken at the same time. That other one just starts a lot later, but they'll all finish on the same day. So that'll be nice. I'm just trying to get it all done. So I'm technically a full-time college student because I'm taking 12 credit courses right now, or 12 credits total for 4 different courses. So that's exciting. But I don't think I made a video about how I quit my job. So if you don't remember, I was a server at a Mexican restaurant, and I'm not going to get all into the details. It was not a great place to work. It was good for a while. There was a lot of different issues with the owner and manager where they started stealing from us and taking part of our tips, even though they were the owner and manager, and they legally can't do that, even if they are a bartender, because they are the owner, and you're not supposed to tip out the owner, and they were taking our money. Like, we weren't giving it to them. They were just taking it out before they paid us at the end of the day. So there's a whole investigation with them going on. Been going on for like 3 months now. I need to actually contact the lady doing the investigation to see what's up. But I quit that job because there was just the manager, owner, whatever, they're married. There was just a lot of drama between all of it, and I can't really say. It's just, I was very fed up with them taking my money. I feel like a lot of people would be, a lot of people there were, but I think I was the only one that actually did something about it, because a lot of people just deal with shit like that. I don't get it. I'm going to do something about it. So at this exact moment, I'm not working there. I haven't been since October. And so I have just been focusing on school, and I was preparing for that. And then once I get into a routine of this schooling, and once I move, which I'll talk about that as well, I'm going to look for a very part-time job just to do something like 2 days a week, because this school and also raising a kid does take up a ton of my time. So it'll definitely have to be pretty part-time, which is fine. It'll be nice to just do something other than what I've been doing, because it gets kind of boring and, you know, makes it not so fun. I just mentioned how I'm moving. So this is kind of like going to be an interesting discussion. If you didn't know, we had signed a 2-year lease. Me and Johnny had signed a 2-year lease back like a year and a half ago, maybe a little less than a year and a half ago. And we have decided that we want to live separately for however long, for different reasons. We're not broken up. We're just going to be like dating. And so we're going to live separately. I'm still going to be super close to where he's living though, like literally two minutes away. Maybe if I get that place, or it'll still be in the same town. So it'll be like 10 minutes max probably away. So he'll be coming over to help with Savannah whenever. And, you know, I'll have her spend the night there because he'll be with his parents and I'll be living on my own. So honestly, the reason I'm not going to get into it, but like very heavily, is just to work on our relationship. Because if you did not know, we've been together over 5 years. There's been a lot of ups and downs, really high highs, really low lows. And now we have an almost 2-year-old daughter together. And there's just a lot of different things that we both can work on personally. And I think this time apart will help us so much to appreciate the other person. So it's kind of a break, but not really, because like we're not going to be seeing other people or anything in this time. And also the other aspect of it is financial wise, because as I'm sure most of you know, things are super expensive and it can take a huge, huge toll on yourself and also your relationship. And that is kind of what has been happening as well. Like there's a lot of things that just personally for us, we need to work on separately and just get our crap together separately. So then hopefully one day we can come back together, live together again, eventually, not anytime soon, because we really rushed into this back when I moved to Texas. I mean, we were only dating for like 3 months before I moved here. And, you know, we made some rash decisions by doing that. So we definitely should not have done that right away. And we should have lived apart and like saved up our money, focused on ourselves, and just done long distance. But we didn't. So this is kind of a way for us to not exactly reset the relationship, but kind of reset the relationship once we live in our own spaces and just kind of do things as like a normal couple who are dating and they don't live together, like actually go out and do stuff and, you know, just not have all the stress of like cleaning up after one another or this or that, or, you know, like where you start resenting the person you're with. If that makes sense. I'm sure other people understand what I mean when I say when you live with someone, like there's a lot of little things that they can do that just start to annoy you, especially after a long time. And so I think it'll be really nice actually to just kind of separate for a little bit and still hang out every now and then, you know, obviously, and like go on dates or whatever we end up doing, and then hopefully make our way back to each other. So it's not a breakup. You know, we've discussed different aspects and neither of us want to actually like fully break up, you know, and like see other people. At least I don't, and I know he doesn't either. So that's what we're going to do, and hopefully it works for us. I'll probably make more videos just on how it is once I move and just give you all an update on like where I live. But we're not moving out of here. We're getting out of our lease early at the end of March. So like the 1st of April, we'll be totally moved out of here. And I just got to say our landlord is amazing for letting us move out early. Like we explained the situation, you know, and he's letting us out like 4 or 5 months early, which is great. We pay way too much for this place. It was a very rash decision when we moved here as well into this certain place. And it just has taken so much of our money and all the other bills. It just really adds up. So we don't have anything really left over. I just have my savings that I have just kind of stored away, and that's what I have been using. And it's just difficult. So I'm grateful for that we don't have to like just keep doing that for that much longer. So we're still living here together for the next, depends on when I move, whenever I can find a place and get a lease. But I don't want to be paying for this place, like half of my place here, and then pay for my new place either. That would just be too much. So I'm hoping to move sometime in like maybe get a lease started like March 15th and or maybe even March 1st, maybe, if that's my only option. So then I'd only have 1 month of having to pay 2 places. if I could move April 1st, that'd be great. But also it would be really difficult getting all this shit out of this place and moved in somewhere else in one day. I just don't think I could do that. So I'm really hoping I can find a place where it's March 15th or somewhere around that time, so I have time to still get some of my crap out, and then we can all clean this place up really good and move totally out. So I'm looking forward to that, and also really nervous because I have not lived on my own since I think like the beginning of 2018. Because then I lived with my mom for a little bit in Hawaii for about 6 months or so. And I just never truly lived on my own for that long. Like, I was in a really weird, horrible relationship from the age of 16 to 18-ish, almost 18. I can't really remember. Like, maybe not even 18. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But horrible relationship. We lived together very sporadically. Like, he'd get kicked out. Would come back every now and then I eventually just cut all ties with him and moved to Hawaii too. So I've always kind of lived with someone, whether that be my parents or a guy, and it'll be really nice to just have my own space and, you know, decorate it how I want and just keep it really nice and clean for however long I live there. Like, it'll just be really nice to have my own space, and I am looking forward to that. It'll also be really weird and it will be sad at times. But obviously, you know, he's going to come over still and, like, every now and then spend the night there. You know, it's not just going to be like, oh, we're never going to see each other again, you know. This is kind of a weird update, I know. It's also just all over the place. I feel like I don't have that much more stuff going on personally because, like I said, my life has just been school. Now I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to live. And just Shila running away was kind of a crazy-ass thing that happened yesterday, or the day before. Like, that was just insane. So now I have to worry about moving. And I'm not excited because I hate moving. I don't think anyone likes moving. I hate it. I hate the cleaning process you have to go through and getting something to move all your shit. And I got quite a bit of stuff I have to move. It's just going to be, I'm looking at the bed and it's a huge ass bed because I'm taking the bed. And I just need to make sure I find a place where this ginormous bed can actually fit. That's kind of what's been going on. I would update y'all on Savannah, but, you know, she's a toddler. She's almost 2 years old. She's so smart. I can't even get over how smart she is. Maybe I'll make a whole video on that eventually, just about all the things she does. Maybe. I don't know if you guys would be interested in that. Also, last thing, I will say, I want to possibly make a DoorDash video here and there because I think once I move, until I find a different part-time job, I'll probably just do a DoorDash like 1 or 2 days a week, just in the little town. Probably won't make much money, but it'll be something just to do instead of, like I said, being at home and taking care of Savannah, doing schoolwork, and her grandma watches her pretty much whenever she can and offers to. And so it'll be nice to just kind of have that to at least have as a backup. If I don't find a part-time job right away, I'll do that a little bit, and then maybe I can make a video for y'all. Even if it's 3 orders, I'll give you an update on how awful it is in a small town, because I know it still is not great, but it'll just be something to do and hopefully just get a little bit of money, you know, in order to help me pay my bills. So yeah, let me know if y'all are still doing DoorDash, if anyone watches, and let me know if it's any good or if you have taken a different path, because this used to just be a total DoorDash YouTube channel and it's not anymore. I still wish sometimes that it could be, because I did really enjoy it most of the times until I didn't anymore. So let me know if y'all are still doing it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm going to try to post more videos, especially once I move, because I'll have more of my own free time and it'll just be really nice. So for that reason, not nice for every reason, like it's going to be sad too, but it'll be nice to have a little bit more of me time and just doing stuff that I really like. So thank y'all so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.